Hey everybody, this is Maxine Taylor with my astrological overview for November 2019. If you are watching this right now, we're still in October. So I can tell you that officially Mercury is going to go retrograde on Halloween. Mercury retrograde is a time of confusion. So just hold that thought as you're out trick-or-treating. When Mercury goes retrograde, it appears to be moving backwards in the heavens. And that's exactly how it feels here on planet Earth. It's not moving backwards, but it appears to be moving backwards. Now, we entered the shadow of the retrograde on October 11th. If you have not watched my video, my YouTube video, Mercury retrograde, the prequel and the sequel, check it out. It gives a detailed explanation of the shadow. But let me just summarize here. We feel the shadow of the retrograde Mercury between 2 and 3 weeks before it occurs. So a lot of us have already been tying up loose ends and finishing up old projects because that's what we do on a retrograde Mercury. We do not start new projects because they either fizzle out completely or have to be redone within the year. Now, Mercury will go stationary direct on November 20th. That means it quits moving backwards and then moves forward the next day, the 21st. However, what you want to be aware of is that we have a shadow after that. In other words, after Mercury goes direct, it's still in the shadow of the retrograde Mercury. So it feels like it's still retrograde till December 8th when it comes out of the shadow. So my suggestion is that you wait until after December 8th, if you possibly can, to start a new project like a new job, get married, get engaged, open a business, etc. If it is a do-over, if it is a tying up of loose ends, that's a different story. In addition, common sense has to play. It's got to be used. If your car breaks down in the middle of the road, you have a choice of either renting a new one or buying a new one. Now, each of those is a new start, a new project. However, the rental is a temporary one, which fits perfectly with a retrograde Mercury. Okay, there's something else going on this month that will not happen again until the year 2039. And this is a rare transit on the 11th where Mercury moves between the sun and the earth. I'm looking at it as a kind of an eclipse. Now, it's on 11/11. These are very powerful numbers. Number 1 is a sign of new beginnings. We've got 4 of them. 1111, November 11th. And so this is a time of spiritual awakenings. See how that plays out in your chart. Unfortunately, the entire world will not see this. So I'm going to give you the places where it's actually visible. South America, parts of North America, Central America, Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. You're going to have to check it out and see if where you live, this particular transit is visible. I wish I could see it. It just sounds so wonderful. And since it's a time of new beginnings, get clear. Use this to get clear on what you would like your spiritual awakening to be, how you would like it to manifest. I'm going to tell you what else is going on this month. The sun, of course, I'm going to pull my notes a little closer. The sun is in 19 degrees of is in Scorpio until the 19th. I better put these on, okay? I've done this before. The sun is in Scorpio until the 19th when it leaps into Sagittarius. Scorpio is an intense, powerful sign that once it makes up its mind to do something, it doesn't stop. It's the sign of secrets and transformation, and the sun is the ego. Use that. Sagittarius is the sign of freedom. It says, out of my way, I want to spread my wings and soar. Okay, Mercury, of course, is retrograde all the month of November in Scorpio. So it's a very intense time for our mind and our mouth, what we say and what we think. Venus starts off the month, spends most of the month in Sagittarius. How lovely. And on the 25th, moves into practical, logical Capricorn. Venus is love, money, beauty, all lovely things. Capricorn is a very practical sign. And so this might be a time at the end of the month to really take stock of your finances. And lastly, Mars is in I love balance and harmony, Libra. But on the 19th, the same day that the sun moves into Sag, Mars moves into its own sign, Scorpio. For those of you who didn't know it, Pluto rules Scorpio and Mars co-rules it. And so Mars in Scorpio makes it a very all or nothing time. Mars can be rage, it can be passion, or it can simply be what you throw yourself into, what is number one to you. Use that to transform your life, because Scorpio is the sign of transformation. And Jupiter is still in its own sign, Sagittarius, until December. But Sagittarius is truth and honesty and hail fellow well met. So enjoy it. And in December, we'll talk more about how it's manifesting in Capricorn. So I think that was all I was going to share with you as part of the overview. If you'd like your own forecast, continue watching, because I'll be putting a forecast for each sign up in the next couple of hours, okay? So till we meet again, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours.